The Luzon Strait, once a quiet maritime passage, now hums with the tension of great power rivalry. What was once a tranquil stretch of blue, connecting the South China Sea to the Pacific, has become a stage for the world's most powerful militaries. The calm surface hides a growing storm beneath. Fighter jets now patrol the skies above, their engines roaring as they slice through the clouds. Warships cut through the waves below, their gray hulls bristling with weaponry, while radar towers on distant coastlines spin ceaselessly, searching for the faintest sign of movement. The air is thick with the hum of surveillance drones and the constant chatter of encrypted communications. This is the new front line between China's ambitions and the US-Philippine alliance. Here, rival fleets maneuver for position, each side testing the other's resolve, each maneuver a message in the language of power. Headlines warn of escalation, but on the ground, transformation is already underway. The world's attention is fixed on this narrow stretch of water, where every headline seems to bring a new warning, a new risk. Fishing villages that once relied on the bounty of the sea now find themselves on the front lines. Missile batteries rise beside humble homes, and warplanes rest on makeshift runways near coastal towns. The rhythms of daily life are interrupted by the rumble of military convoys and the distant thud of artillery drills. Local fishermen, who have plied these waters for generations, now share the sea with gray-hulled destroyers. Their routines are upended by the specter of conflict as they navigate between military patrols and exclusion zones, uncertain if each day will bring a catch or a confrontation. Every move is calculated, every signal scrutinized. In command centers, officers and analysts pore over radar screens and satellite feeds, searching for patterns, anticipating the next move. The margin for error is razor-thin. The US and the Philippines are drawing a line in the water, hoping to deter war, but raising the stakes with every new deployment. Their ships patrol side by side, a visible barrier and a warning to those who might test their resolve. Years of planning and diplomacy have turned this strait into a strategic chessboard. Each move is deliberate, each position carefully chosen, as both sides seek advantage without tipping into open conflict. American and Filipino forces are building a network of deterrence, linking bases, sharing intelligence, and training together. Their message to Beijing is clear: crossing this line will come at a cost, and unity is their greatest strength. The stakes are global, the tension palpable. Diplomats and leaders from around the world watch anxiously, knowing that what happens here could ripple across continents, affecting economies and alliances far beyond these waters. What if a miscalculation sparks a clash? What if hope isn't enough to keep the peace? In the command centers, and on the decks of ships, these questions linger, haunting every decision and every sleepless night. The men and women stationed here live with these questions daily. They train relentlessly, stand watch through the night, and hope that their presence alone is enough to prevent disaster. For them, every sunrise brings both relief and uncertainty. The Luzon Strait is now a symbol of a new era, where the future of global order may be decided. As the sun sets over the horizon, the silhouettes of warships stand as silent sentinels, marking the boundary between peace and conflict. The world watches, holding its breath, as the line in the water becomes the line between war and peace. The Luzon Strait was once a peaceful artery for global trade, its islands known for beauty, not battle. That era is over. Geography and ambition have made this waterway a military flashpoint. For China, the strait is the gateway to the Pacific, essential for projecting power. For the US and the Philippines, it's a barrier to contain China and protect regional stability. Now, every ship and submarine is tracked, every maneuver watched. Chinese destroyers are shadowed by US surveillance planes. Philippine patrols log Chinese militia boats. Beneath the waves, submarines play a silent game of cat and mouse. The Luzon Strait is no longer just a passage, it's a contested frontier, where the balance of power is tested daily. The frontier has moved to these deep, tense waters. The Balikatan exercises, once considered routine annual drills between the United States and the Philippines, have transformed into something far more significant in recent years. What began as basic training and cooperation has now become a powerful symbol of military partnership and shared resolve in the face of growing regional tensions. These exercises now feature a bold and unmistakable display of firepower, with both nations showcasing their most advanced weaponry and tactical coordination. The live fire drills are not just for show, they are a clear demonstration of readiness and capability. For the first time ever, the United States has deployed advanced missile systems to northern Luzon, including the cutting-edge Typhoon launcher. This system is capable of firing Tomahawk cruise missiles, dramatically increasing the range and precision of Allied forces stationed in the Philippines. With these deployments, the entire Luzon Strait now falls within striking distance of US and Filipino missile batteries. This fundamentally shifts the strategic balance in the region, creating new calculations for any potential adversary. The message to Beijing is unmistakable. The US and the Philippines now possess the ability to deny access to the strait from land, making any attempt to control these vital waters far more difficult and risky. But it's not just about missiles. Across northern Luzon, military bases are being rapidly upgraded. New, longer runways can accommodate larger aircraft, advanced radar stations provide persistent surveillance, and expanded logistics hubs ensure that forces can be supplied and reinforced at a moment's notice. This network of improvements forms the backbone of credible deterrence. Rapid deployment capabilities, round-the-clock surveillance, and robust support systems mean that any threat can be met with a swift and coordinated response. The result is a formidable anti-access area denial bubble, a defensive shield that raises the cost of any hostile move. It's a clear signal that the region is no longer an easy target. The recent exercises served as a public unveiling of this new reality, with the world's media capturing every moment. The message was broadcast far and wide. The security landscape in the region has changed. The sight of American missiles being launched from Philippine soil sent shockwaves through Beijing, while at the same time providing reassurance to allies and partners across the Indo-Pacific. The alliance between the United States and the Philippines is no longer just a matter of diplomatic statements. It is now visible, tangible, and backed by real military power. The strategic game in the region has fundamentally changed. Today, the Luzon Strait sits under a formidable defensive umbrella, watched over by advanced missile systems, patrol boats, and radar stations working in concert to guard this critical passage. For any would-be aggressor, the stakes have never been higher. The cost of miscalculation is now clear for all to see. In naval strategy, choke points are everything, and the Luzon Strait is one of the world's most vital. This narrow passage is not just a strategic military asset but a crucial artery for international commerce and geopolitical influence. For China, it's the only route from its home waters to the Pacific, essential for global naval reach. This access allows China to project power far beyond its immediate region, influencing global maritime routes and asserting its presence on the world stage. For the US and the Philippines, controlling the strait means bottling up China's navy, especially in a Taiwan crisis. This control is not just about military dominance, but also about maintaining regional stability and ensuring that international laws governing the seas are respected. Economically, the strait is a superhighway for global trade. Energy, electronics, and goods flow through these waters. The volume of trade passing through this narrow passage is staggering, making it a lifeline for economies around the world. Any disruption would send shockwaves through supply chains and markets worldwide. The ripple effects could lead to shortages, price hikes, and economic instability, affecting everything from consumer goods to energy supplies. Both sides are building leverage, but the risk of collateral damage is immense. The military buildup is a double-edged sword, offering security but also increasing the risk of accidental conflict. The US and Philippines aren't seeking to block the strait in peacetime, but they're building the capacity to do so if needed. This preparation is a strategic move to ensure readiness in the face of potential threats. Missiles, radars, and patrols create a credible threat of closure, a powerful deterrent. These defensive measures are designed to signal strength and deter any aggressive actions that could threaten the stability of the region. For Beijing, the challenge is to break through. For Washington and Manila, it's to hold the line. This ongoing tension is a delicate balance of power, with each side testing the other's resolve and capabilities. The Luzon Strait is the prize, and neither side will yield. This strategic choke point is more than just a geographical location. It is a symbol of power and influence in the Asia-Pacific region. The contest for this choke point drives the entire regional buildup. As nations vie for control, the Luzon Strait remains at the heart of a complex geopolitical chess game, shaping the future of international relations in the region. Beneath the surface, a silent war rages, submarines and sensors vying for supremacy. The strait's deep channels are perfect for submarines to hide and strike undetected. The US, Japan, and the Philippines deploy P-8 Poseidon aircraft, sonobuoys, and undersea sensor arrays to track Chinese subs. Unmanned underwater drones extend this surveillance, patrolling risky areas for months. China is rapidly modernizing its own submarine fleet and anti-submarine capabilities. It's a high-tech cat-and-mouse game. Every advance in stealth is met with new detection methods. The side that dominates this undersea domain will hold a decisive edge in any conflict. In the Luzon Strait, the real battle may be the one no one sees. The Luzon Strait is fast becoming the Pacific Strait of Hormuz, not for oil, but for the world's supply chains. It's the main route for electronics, semiconductors, and goods from Asia to the world. A blockade here would cripple the global economy, with effects even more complex than an oil shock. The US Navy's mission echoes its role in Hormuz: keep the passage open, deter any attempt at control. But the adversary is different. China is a near-peer rival, making the stakes far higher. A conflict here would pit two nuclear-armed powers against each other with global consequences. The Luzon Strait is now ground zero for 21st century geopolitics. China's response to US-Philippine cooperation is swift and multi-layered. Beijing denounces the alliance as foreign interference, but backs words with action. Chinese carrier groups now regularly transit the strait, conducting large-scale exercises to showcase their reach. Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels harass Filipino boats, asserting claims without open conflict. Artificial islands bristle with runways, radars, and missiles, extending China's defensive perimeter. The region is now a chessboard of competing military systems, with the Luzon Strait as the gateway to a fortified zone. China's strategy is comprehensive naval power, gray zone tactics, and layered defenses. The stakes for both sides have never been higher. The contest is no longer theoretical. It's playing out in real time. For the Philippines, this is about sovereignty and survival, not just strategy. Manila has doubled down on its U.S. alliance, granting access to new bases and welcoming American forces. Many Filipinos see this as essential to defend their territory and maritime rights. Fishermen, once driven out by Chinese vessels, now find reassurance in Allied warships. But the decision is divisive. Some fear the alliance makes the Philippines a target in any U.S.-China conflict. The government must balance deterrence with unity, assuring its people that peace is the goal. The alliance brings technology and weight, but also risk. The fight for independence now plays out on the water, with the hope that deterrence, not war, will prevail. The Luzon Strait's future hangs in the balance between stable peace and catastrophic miscalculation. Deterrence must be credible and constant, not a one-time show. Open communication, military hotlines, and diplomatic channels are vital to prevent accidents from spiraling. The U.S.-Philippine goal: deter aggression, not provoke conflict. If deterrence fails, the consequences would be global. Trade halted, economies shattered, and nuclear powers in direct confrontation. The world's stability is at stake in these narrow waters. The Luzon Strait is a microcosm of the challenge of managing rising powers without war. Success here could offer a model for peace elsewhere. Failure would usher in a new era of instability. The fate of the 21st century may be decided in these currents. The world cannot afford to look away.